Let's begin by offering our respects to ISKCON founder Acharya and our preeminent Shiksha Guru, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha Kalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Okay, so we welcome all of you to the special session post the completion of our Bhagavad Gita course, where we will be addressing your questions or doubts that you may have from our Bhagavad Gita. So we have with us here Auntie Neeta, Varsha, Karuna, Meena Bharwani, Ritu Lalwani, Durga Prasad, then my parents are there, Ayush and Beena Dadlani. Okay, so who wants to go first with their question or doubt? Actually, I think those who said in the poll that they have questions, I don't see them in the chat today, in the Zoom. So does anybody here have any questions with regard to Bhagavad Gita? Because if you don't have any questions, then I will ask the questions.
I'd like to clear a doubt, which I had asked you before, but I didn't really understand it.
the thing of that varnashram, isn't that based on birth?
No. That's what people think in Kali Yuga. It's based on birth. But Krishna very clearly says that it is based on karma. It is based on one's activities and one's nature. No, so if one has a nature, for example, of a Brahmana, and one does the work of a Brahmana, then he should be respected and he should be considered, and he is a Brahmana. But if suppose somebody is born in a Brahmin family, but is engaging in demoniac activities, then he should be not considered a Brahmana, he should be considered as a demon. Let's go to that verse 1 second. Give me a minute, I'll be back. Sorry. Okay, let me share my screen. Can you see the Veda waves?
Yes.
Okay, so chapter 4, verse number 13, where Krishna is saying that this Chatur Varnya, that is the Varnashram system, the 4 divisions of the society, are Vibhagasya. This division is made on 2 things, guna and karma. So guna means the qualities that one has, the nature that one has, and karma, the kind of activities that one does. No? So this division is based on guna and karma, the quality of work or the nature of a person and the work of a person. Nowhere does Krishna say that he has made this division based on birth. So one may be born in a family of Shudras, but if he has a nature of a Brahmana, and if he does the work of a Brahmana, then he should be respected as a Brahmana. Like we have Vidura. Vidura was born from the womb of a maidservant, but he was very highly respected, no, because he had both the nature and also he did the work of a Brahmana, which was he would always educate Dhritarashtra, and he would always speak the truth. No, that is the nature of a Brahmana. Brahmanas are not allowed to speak lies under any circumstances. So he always spoke the truth. That doesn't mean that others can speak lies, but there is a little bit of liberty given to Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, because, well, Shudras anyway, they don't go to the Gurukul and they are not educated because they don't want to, they don't like to, they are not interested in getting themselves educated. And Kshatriyas are the administrators of the society, which is, they are the politicians. So therefore, under certain circumstances, they are allowed to take the liberty of sometimes speaking the untruth. And even the business class, the Vaishyas, for the sake of business, they are also allowed to take a little bit of liberty and speak the untruth. But Brahmanas, under no circumstances, they can speak the untruth. So anyway, basically coming to this, because Vidura had the nature of a Brahmana, and he also did the work of a Brahmana, although he was born from the womb of a maidservant, he was respected like a Brahmana. So this division is based on guna and karma, not on janma. Okay.
But I think there was one more verse which I don't remember very clearly, which said that if you're born as a Kshatriya, you should do the thing of a Kshatriya. Like if you're going to change your class, then it's going to create like an disequilibrium in the society.
Okay, it doesn't say that if you're born as a Kshatriya, it says if you are a Kshatriya. If you are a Kshatriya, if you are a Brahmana, then you continue to do the work of a Brahmana. If you are a Kshatriya, but it doesn't say if you're born as that.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, if you are a Kshatriya, if you are a Brahmana, if you are a Shudra Vaishya, then you continue to do that work. You don't do the work of somebody else. But again,
Okay.
what you are doesn't depend on which family you are born in. Like Prahlad also was born in a demon family, but we worship him on our altars because he's a pure devotee, he's a Vaishnava. No? So we don't go by the birth of Prahlad.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
You're welcome. Hare Krishna. Anything else? Any other questions, doubts? Okay, since there are no, yeah,
I have a
Ayush, you have a
question.
question?
Yeah, if I'm like not a Brahmana, can I still worship God?
Yes, everybody should worship God. Whether one is a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra, or whether one is a Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, or Sannyas, everyone must worship God. Because unless we don't come to the level of Sharanagati, complete surrender, then we are not going to be able to come out of the cycle of birth and death. That's the bottom line. Because see, the law of karma is like that. No? Now, we may get this lifetime at a certain balance. Maybe we have 50 karmic reactions that we have to pay in this life. So I take birth again, and in this life, I'm paying away the 50 karmic reactions. Whether good or bad does not matter. But I have to take birth to pay off those 50 karmic reactions. So now is my account zero? No, because in this lifetime, while I have been paying off the 50 past reactions, I have committed another 5,000 reactions. So then again, I have to take birth. So when is this going to end? So it will only end when we come to the level of Sharanagati, that is surrender to the Lord. And for that, yes, whichever Varna or whichever ashram one is in, one must worship the Lord. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Can you please explain the love definition? Because there are a lot of definitions in this material world. So, more elaborately.
Definition of love?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so love, pure love, which exists only in the spiritual world, means that no conditions attached. No, we love the person irrespective of what the person does to us. So, a pure devotee, when a pure devotee loves Krishna, it means it doesn't matter what the Lord does to us. No, we still love the Lord. Now, when that love is contaminated here in the material world, it is lust. We think that it is love, but that love soon disappears. No, which happens. Mostly here in this material world, relationships are built, friendships are built, there are marriages that are happening because one thinks that we are in love. But whenever there is any misunderstanding, then the relationship is broken. That relationship does not last, no. And at best, it will last up till one's death. One may have the best husband, best wife, but maximum it will last up till one's death. Because then in the next lifetime, we have somebody else as our husband or mother or father, like that. So pure love means no strings attached, no conditions attached, completely unconditional. No, so it doesn't matter what you do with me, oh my Lord. No, whether you treat me like a servant or whether you treat me like a master, whether Krishna is pulling the chariot of Arjuna or whatever, or whether Krishna is he may put, like he put the Pandavas into a lot of difficulty also, but still the Pandavas never lost faith. No, Srila Prabhupada explains how the Pandavas, they were so closely associated with Lord Krishna, but still they went through so many trials and tribulations. No, so many times Duryodhan tried to kill them, and then they had to go to the forest for so many years, and they had to live incognito for 1 year, and Arjuna had to live like a eunuch. Imagine a Kshatriya like Arjuna having to live like a eunuch. And Draupadi, the queen, had to serve like a maid servant to the other queen. So Still, the Pandavas, they never lost faith in Krishna. They never questioned Krishna. Why are you doing this to me? No. So that is pure love, completely unconditional. But here in the material world, it is concocted because we expect something in return. Srila Prabhupada said that the closest love that you can find in the material world, which is pure, is that of the love between a mother and a child. That is the closest you can find if one wants to understand. No. But pure love does not exist in the material world, Srila Prabhupada says. Okay.
Yeah, that means no, actually, I did not get still. Because love means like whatever he says, whether he is good or means whatever condition we have to be surrender. That is what you mean to say.
Yes.
Because no, surrender to what? That is what love you're telling. Unconditional. Unconditionally,
Surrender
we
to
have to love.
God. Surrender to God. Now, that's why pure love exists only in the spiritual world. So that love is for whom? That love is for Krishna.
That only Matadi. What is love definition? That I'm telling. The surrounding. What we have to do? Love.
What we have to do, love means we have to serve. Serve. Where there is love, there is service. Where there is love, there is service. So when we love Krishna, we serve Krishna unconditionally. Love means service. See, Srila Prabhupada always translated bhakti as devotional service. So if there is bhakti, bhakti means we will engage in devotional service only with the person we love. For example, you may be willing to serve your daughter. No, your daughter may say, I want to ride on your back, I want to climb on your back, I want to ride on it. So you will be willing to do that to her. But you may not be willing to do that to every child on the planet. It's because you love your child. So love means service. Service. Does that answer your question?
Okay, Mataji. But in this so then we love our child. Will tell that is also not correct. Not we won't love na. That is material world. There is no love.
Yeah, that's why the closest is the relationship between the mother and the
But
child.
we'll
That
try
is
to
the
serve.
closest you can get to understand. But it does not completely pure love does not exist in the material world, only in the spiritual world. See, sometimes you may have to serve, like the husband serves the wife serves the husband, but it may not be unconditionally. Because the wife expects the husband to fulfill his duties, no, to support the family, to fulfill the duties as a father. And the husband may expect the wife to take care nicely of the child. So that love may dwindle if there is any misunderstanding. That's why there are divorces, there are separations. So sometimes it is done out of duty, but not out of love. See, there are different levels. Service can be done out of duty. Service can be done out of love. So when it is done out of love, it is at a higher level than when that same service is done out of duty. That is at a lower level. But sometimes that may lead to, even though we may not love a person, by serving the person, we can fall in love with that person. We may not be at the level of spontaneous love for Krishna, but as we serve Krishna, that's why Srila Prabhupada focused so much on sadhana bhakti, no? So initially we may not have that unconditional love for Krishna, but when we engage in service, when we engage in devotional service, as we chant his holy name, then that love can develop. Then it can go from duty. Initially, it may be I'm chanting my 16 rounds because I've committed to my spiritual master. But as we do it, then it can come to the stage of spontaneous love for Krishna.
Mataji, and that means you're saying that the love we have for our family and the love for Krishna is different.
Yes, the love that we have for our
Different.
family, at best, how long can it last is my question. At best, if you have a very wonderful, loving family and everybody perfectly does their duties, how long can it last? At best, till our death. But after that, what happens? Who is accompanying the soul? Who is accompanying you after death? It is the Paramatma, it is Krishna who is accompanying you after death, isn't it? Your husband, your children will not accompany you after that. You are on your own. In that journey after death, when the soul proceeds, it is only Krishna as a super soul is accompanying you in the next body. In the next body, if we have the body of a hog, our children or our husband will bring that us back to the home and take care of us lovingly when we are in the body of a hog? Is that going to happen? Definitely not. No. So yes, love for Krishna is something that is eternal, but the other relationships are temporary. See, there is a story. There was a king. um he had many wives, but from none of his wives he got a child. Then he prayed, and then he got a child. No, one of his wives became pregnant. But at that time, Narada Muni told him that, okay, we can bless you with a child, but the child will cause you a lot of happiness, but at the same time, it will cause you a lot of distress. So the king said, it's okay, it doesn't matter, but I want a child. No, so then he got a child. And what happened? The other wives of the king were envious of this particular child. And so they poisoned this child, and the child died. So the king was lamenting so much. Now imagine you don't have a child, and then with a lot of effort, after many years, you get one, and then that child is poisoned by the other wives because of envy. So he was feeling very distressed, and Narada Muni also came there along with another sage. I don't remember the name of the other sage that arrived at that time. So they brought the boy back to life. They brought this boy back to life. But this boy, as soon as he sat up, he saw his father and he addressed his father and he told him that you are my father in this lifetime. But in the past millions of years, I've had millions of fathers. And in the future also, there will be millions of fathers. No, you have had millions of sons and like that. But the only person who's accompanying us life after life after life is the super soul. That's so the love for Krishna that we have, or we it's not yet manifested, but it is there in our heart. No, every one of us, that love is there. It's lying dormant in the heart for every living entity. And the love that Krishna has for us has no parallel, not even our family. Not even our family. There is no parallel to it.
Mataji,
Yes.
I'm sorry. That is what it will arise. Like, for suppose if you do service, we'll get love. Real love, unconditional love we'll get. That what we'll get, that love means what? How to say that is physically or mentally, what? And that's what my question actually. The all things I understand.
Love means emotionally, spiritually. What? See, how does a lover behave? A lover, when a boy and a girl are in love with each other, what happens? Constantly they are thinking about them, isn't it? It's always there on their mind. A boy is always thinking of his girlfriend. She is there on his mind 24/7. When he's sleeping, also he's thinking of her. When he's awake, when he's whatever he does, that lover is on his mind. So when we love Krishna, then Krishna is on our mind 24/7. That is the number one thing that is on our mind. So love means you're connected in all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, everywhere it's Krishna on your mind. Whatever you do, the only thing is you want to please Krishna. When a boy and a girl they meet, no, then they are at their best behavior, is it not? Because they want to please the opposite party. They dress up properly, they have nice perfume. So why? Because they want to please the opposite party. So love means you do everything only to please Krishna. The only thing that matters to you is Krishna pleased with my service?
Okay, Mataji. But here, girl and love, this is not love, this is attraction only, na?
Yeah, that they think that it is love, but it is only attraction. But how do they behave at that time? They think it is love, but this is how they behave. So when one is in love, this is how one behaves. But of course, later it disappears. No, after that they get married, they are living under the same roof. Then they are not always at the best behavior. But that doesn't happen with Krishna.
So this love means that is attaching to Lord in all the circumstances like that. You meant to say?
Yes, at every level. I have no other desire but to please the Lord. That is the level of pure unconditional love.
Okay. So again, pleasing means doing service. Unconditional also it will arise, na love. So what is that arise? Same thing. We will think of God always like that.
Yes. There is no other desire. The only desire is I want to please the Lord. Is the Lord pleased with my service?
Okay, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, Beena Dadlani, is your question answered?
Yes, thank you, Mataji. But
You're
Mataji,
welcome.
I had asked you the same question before, and I would really like you to freshen up this with the regarding the banyan tree with the roots up and the branches
Okay.
down. No, thank
Okay,
you.
let's go to the, let me open up my chapter 15. See, Krishna in the beginning of chapter 15 gives this analogy. Analogy means he's giving a comparison. No, he's explaining the concept by giving an example. So he's explaining the contrast between the material and spiritual worlds by giving the example of a banyan tree. It's not that the spiritual world or the material world is in the shape of a banyan tree. No, it is in the shape of a lotus. The spiritual world is like a lotus. But he is giving an analogy or an example by which we can understand the contrast between the material and the spiritual worlds. So what Krishna is saying is that the material world is like an inverted banyan tree, inverted. So here you can see this banyan tree. Let me see, here you can see this banyan tree. Now, the inverted banyan tree is this, no? So this is compared to a material world. So where can you find an inverted banyan tree? Is only when there is a reflection of the banyan tree, because a real banyan tree will never be inverted. You will never see a tree which has its roots upward and the branches down. The only time you can see that is when there is a shadow of that tree. And where there is a shadow, the shadow will be here in the river. So Krishna is comparing that if there is a banyan tree on the banks of a river, no, so the real tree is standing up here straight, roots down, branches up, and the reflection of this banyan tree is in this river with the roots up and the branches down. So what does this mean? It means that the real thing is this tree. No, this here is only a reflection. This is only a reflection. So the real thing is here, the tree, and this is compared to the spiritual world. This is compared to the spiritual world. So here in the spiritual world is where you will find purity, pure love, unconditional love. Whatever is found here in this material world is only a reflection, which means it does not exist. It only appears as though it exists. Is the tree really existing in the river? No, it is only a shadow of that tree that is existing in the river. So if this original tree is not there, then this material, then this reflection tree also will not be there. So if there is no spiritual world, there would be no material world also. Another thing that we need to understand is whatever is there in the original will be there in the reflection. So everything that exists in the spiritual world is there in the material world, but it is inverted in the sense that it is here in the contaminated stage. It is not there in the pure stage. So what exists in the spiritual world is pure love, because that is the real tree. And what exists in the material world is only lust, which is in the shadow of that tree. So Krishna is comparing the spiritual and the material worlds by this analogy of the banyan tree. Now one may ask, why does Krishna use a banyan tree to give an example? Is because a banyan tree has branches like this, which give the feeling of aerial roots. It looks like there are aerial roots, and banyan tree is very huge and very big. So therefore Krishna is using the banyan tree to explain this analogy of the material and the spiritual worlds. Okay, see here, this is another picture here. See so till here, this portion here is the spiritual world. So this is the real tree. And this portion here is the material world, the inverted tree. So in the inverted tree, the roots are up, right? The roots are up. So the roots of our material existence is here. The topmost planet in the material world is Brahmaloka. The topmost planet in the material world is Brahmaloka. So the root of our material existence, the root of our material existence begins here. The first body that we get when we fall down from the spiritual world and come to the material world is that of Lord Brahma. So which means all of us have been in that post of Brahma. We have been Brahma at least once in our journey in this material world, at least once. So the root is here, the roots are upward. So the root of our material existence starts from the topmost planet in the material world, which is Brahmaloka. Now these branches, these are the higher branches of this inverted tree. Then you have the middle branches and you have the lower branches. When one is on the stage of sattva guna, the mode of goodness, it means we are on these higher branches of the tree. So when we lead a sattvic life, then we are in the higher branches of the tree and there is very less left for us to attain to the spiritual world. So we are better placed than the others who are in the middle or lower branches to go back here to the spiritual world, to go back home, back to Godhead. So when we are living a sattvic life, which it means we are on these higher branches, so the devotees and the devatas, you can see here, they are on these topmost branches. So they are almost close to perfection. They're almost there. So these are the higher branches. But when we are engaging in sense gratification, material religiosity, economic development, then we are in the middle branches. So we are not so close to liberation as compared to those on the higher branches. So we are here in between. But when one engages in sinful activities, activities against the Shastras, because at least dharma, artha, kama, sense gratification, not sense gratification, but controlled sense gratification, in the sense that it is within the Shastric injunctions. If all our activities are within Shastras and they are not sinful activities, then it is within the Shastra, because Vedas have 4 subject matters: dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. But if when one is engaged in sinful activities, then one is even deeply rooted in this material world. So we are the furthest away. So here one is in the mode of ignorance. In the lower branches, one is in the mode of ignorance, and we are very, very far away from attaining the spiritual world. Those who are in the middle are better off. They are in the mode of passion. So those in the mode of passion are better off than those who are in the mode of ignorance. But the best placed here in this material world is those who are in the mode of goodness, because here they are closest to going here. And this place here, the desire is what brings us down from here to here is our desire. When we were in the spiritual world, our only desire is to please the Lord. But the moment we have even the slightest tinge of material desire, immediately we fall down. So that river where this tree is reflected, that river is compared to the desire of the living entity. Why do we have that desire? Is because each one of us have minute independence. So this is the inverted tree. It's an example by which Krishna is explaining how the real thing is the spiritual world. So the real thing is this banyan tree. And the inverted banyan tree does not really exist. What does it mean it does not really exist? Does the material world really exist, or the material world does not exist? The material world, yes, definitely it exists. But the experiences in this material world, for example, we may feel very happy and joyful sometimes, if our children get the first rank in their exams, or when our children are getting married, or or a husband or wife is very successful, whatever it is, or even when we are getting, so anything, there are so many times in our life that we may feel very happy. But that happiness does not last long. It does not last long. No, so the real happiness is in the spiritual world. So yes, the material world does exist, but the experiences that one has here is not the real experience. It's only a what do you call it? It's like a trailer of what can you can actually find in the spiritual world, where the everything is eternal, Satchit Ananda. No, things are eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. So this material world does exist. It's not that Jagat Mithya. It's not Jagat Mithya. The world, the material world definitely exists, but the experiences that one goes through here is not the real happiness that one can have in the spiritual world. So this is the banyan tree that Krishna is giving to. It's an example by which he is explaining how this material world is an inverted reflection or a perverted reflection of the spiritual world.
See, thank you, Mataji. But that means in the material world, the topmost is Brahma, and we all are Brahma, right? So how would you say that that is the root?
No, we are not Brahmas. We get the body of Lord Brahma. See, Brahma, Lord Brahma is a post, Not that Lord Brahma is a person. Any living entity is like a president. No, somebody is appointed as a president of the country for 5 years. After that, another qualified person who qualifies himself, who wins the elections, then he is appointed as the president of the country. So Lord Brahma is a post. It's a post, and Lord Brahma also has a material body. No. See, this is the reason why Brahma is here in the material world. He is not in the spiritual world. So we are right now, we are not Brahma, because now we have this, we are in the body of a human being, right? Now we are in the body of a human being. But when we fell down from the spiritual world, that time we got the body of Lord Brahma. The first material body that we got is that of Lord Brahma. And then we get these different bodies depending on what we desire and what we deserve. Maybe body of a human being, maybe body of an animal, fish, an aquatic, tree, like that. So root means the root, see the root of our existence means what, where it all began from. In English we say no, the root of this problem. So the main cause of this problem is what? So the root means the beginning, no, the main point there. So the beginning of our material existence was body of Brahma. That's why the roots are up here in this material existence.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got that now. Thank you.
You're welcome. So you're able to understand this analogy now?
Yeah, that means when we were born, the first birth of whatever it is was the body of a Brahman.
Of Lord Brahma.
Yeah, sorry, Lord Brahma, right.
Yes. The first body that we got was the body of Lord Brahma. Yes.
So that
And
means
again, if
were
we
in
want
the
to get the,
that means we were in the Sattvic mode,
yes,
right?
yes,
Okay. Then we
yes,
keep falling down, or we have maintained it in the same level, right?
yes. If here in the body of Lord Brahma, we did devotional service, then we don't have to come down. It depends on what we did when we were in the body of Lord Brahma. If we engage in devotional service, then again we can go back from here only. But if we had other desires, more material desires, then we have to come down like this.
Okay.
So where we are situated here and where we go from here depends on what we desire and what we deserve. So you can go up also, you can come down also. There is no fixed rule.
Okay. That means you're on the depends on your three modes of
Yes.
nature.
Yes. But see, when you're in the mode of goodness, you are here, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to cross over here, which mode do we need? Which is higher than the mode of goodness?
Transcendental.
Yes, transcendental mode. Yes. If we want to cross over this ocean, then we need to situate ourselves in the mode of transcendental goodness, which means we bring Krishna in the center of our lives. Whatever we do for the pleasure of Krishna. So, for example, say vegetarian food without onion garlic is sattvic food, but it is not, so it will place us in the mode of goodness. But if we want to place ourselves in the mode of transcendental goodness, then what do we have to do to that food?
Offer it.
We have to offer it to Krishna. Very nice, Ayush. So when we offer it to Krishna, now that food is not sattvic. Now that food is prasad. So now that food is transcendental. No. So if we are in the mode of goodness, we are very well placed here. But if we don't take that leap, if we don't switch from the mode of goodness to the mode of transcendental goodness, we will not be able to cross over this ocean and go to the spiritual world. So that's why we have to Krishnaize our activities. We do the same activity, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, but we put Krishna in the center of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. How we put Krishna in the center of eating? By offering the food to Krishna. How do we put Krishna in the middle of sleeping? We sleep with the mentality that we have to take rest so that I can use this body in the service of Krishna. No, we are not thinking that I have to sleep now because oh, I have a party to attend tomorrow and I need to leave and I need to look fresh and beautiful. That's not the mentality with which a devotee sleeps. No. Then mating, a devotee mates with the mentality that I want to have children whom I can raise in Krishna consciousness, and like that I give the opportunity to a jiva, a soul, to get a human birth. And in that human birth, I will train him in Krishna consciousness from the very beginning and ensure that this child goes back home, back to Godhead. No more births and deaths. No, this is how a parent should raise a child in Krishna consciousness. And defending, we always come, if somebody is offending the Guru, offending Krishna, offending other Vaishnavas, then we have to also defend them and not allow them to be offended by the unfaithless people or faithless people. So yes, from the mode of goodness will are placing us in the best position, but to transcend that, we need to have the transcendental mode of goodness. One example is there. If I want to travel, let's say I want to travel from Chile to India. If I purchase my ticket, I pack my bags, I cross the customs and I'm waiting at the boarding gate at the right time. So I'm the best situated to board that flight to take me to my destination. Now, if I want to travel to India, but I have not bought my ticket on time and I'm not there at the boarding gate, then I'm not so close to my destination as compared to the previous case. No. On the other hand, if I want to travel, if the goal is to travel to India for whatever reason, but I'm not even aware that I have to travel to India. I'm just drinking and I'm in a state of intoxication. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Then I'm in the mode of ignorance. Then I'm the furthest away from traveling to India, from reaching my destination. So yes, if I'm at the boarding gate, I'm best situated to reach my destination. But the problem is, if I don't take my flight, if I don't board the flight, then I will not be able to reach my destination. Then I'm as far away from my destination as the other two cases. Even though I'm at the boarding gate, if I don't take the flight, then I'm not going to reach my destination. Then what's the difference between me and the other two? They are as far away from the destination as anybody else, in the three categories. So therefore, that boarding the flight is taking to Krishna consciousness. We have to take to Krishna consciousness. We have to board the flight of Krishna consciousness to reach our destination. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
You're
But
welcome.
what if when one is having onion and garlic, how do we offer this to Krishna?
You cannot offer onion and garlic to Krishna because he does not like it. You cannot force someone to eat something that he does not like. So if you are on the platform of love for Krishna, you will only offer Krishna what he likes. And you will not eat what Krishna does not like.
Right.
For example, if you love your husband and your husband hates something that you do, and if you really love your husband, would you continue to do it?
Mm.
What
Right.
will you do? So when we love Krishna, we only do what Krishna likes. And when we offer to Krishna, we cannot offer onion and garlic because he does not like onion and garlic. He will not accept it. It will not become prasad only. See, onion and garlic is a big topic. You can look at
But
it from different angles, scientific angles also. You can see how onion and garlic is not good for your health. Garlic and onion may have some health benefits. It has some medicinal properties. But the point is, if you don't have a disease and you take a medicine, it will only have a adverse effect on your health. It will only have an adverse effect on your health. Onion and garlic are so pungent. See, when you cut onions itself, you start to cry. You eat garlic and this foul smell comes from the mouth. So by the nature of onion garlic itself is such that it is telling you that it is not fit for consumption. In before the Britishers came to India, nobody in India was consuming onion and garlic. Nobody in India was having tea and coffee. This tea and coffee and all these habits were started by the Britishers because it suited their economy. No, they were making money by bringing tea into India. Everybody in India was having ghee, was drinking milk, and Indians were very healthy. They lived long lives. They were very intelligent. But then the Britishers came in with this concept that having tea, in their fine porcelain cups was seen as high status, and drinking milk was considered to be low status. They said that this ghee is very, very bad for health. You should have these vegetable oils and these seed oils. These are very healthy. But now the world of science has discovered how ghee is so much more healthier than oils. It is these oils that are causing all kinds of diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, cancer. It's because of these oils. If you have ghee, then you are strong physically as well as mentally. It's also good for the development of your brain cells. It's also good for the development. That's why previously they would tell children, no, you have to drink milk, you have to drink milk, because milk is very important for students. It helps in the development of the brain cells. So yeah, onion and garlic is something that nobody would have in Vedic India. You cannot offer it to Krishna. So give it up and see the difference in your life. After I gave up onion garlic, I can feel the change in my consciousness and my spirituality. I'm able to my japa is much better. I'm able to focus better. And also know when you put onion and garlic in any preparation, the smell of onion and garlic is so strong that it completely dominates all other flavors in the food. So whether you're having any vegetable, whether you're having gobi ki sabzi or aloo ki sabzi or any sabzi you're having, only the smell of onion and garlic will dominate in all these sabzis. But when you cook without onion and garlic, you will know the real taste. वो गोभी का real taste क्या है? No, the real taste of karela or gobi or aloo or matar or beans, whatever. You will know the real taste when you don't put onion and garlic in your preparation. You will see the difference. And just 1 month you give up, you will feel so healthy and nice mentally, physically. It makes a lot of difference.
But it is difficult to cook too many dishes.
No, any dish you name it, it can be made without onion and garlic. You
But in the
replace
fact, it is
onion.
different.
See, you replace onion with finely cut cabbage. Okay, so you can make, for example, when you want to make something like brown pulao, Sindhis make na. So instead of putting onions, you put finely cut cabbage. Any da ki sabzi, what we say in Sindhi, can be made with finely cut cabbage. And instead of garlic, you put more of hing, asafoetida. It will replace that that taste. So you can replace onion and garlic with cabbage and asafoetida, and the sabzi will taste the same. I am cooking from many, many years, and there is no preparation that I cannot make because I cannot use onion and garlic. There is no such preparation.
Mataji,
You have to try. You have to try. Yes.
Mataji, can I show you a Hanuman temple that I am in?
Yes, of course.
This is
Yeah.
called the Ghanteshwar temple. I'll just turn the camera around.
Okay.
I don't know how to do it.
Where are you located? Which city?
It's in Bombay,
Okay.
and it's got a whole lot of bells. And when you have some wish, you can put these bells here. And when when you complete your wish, you come and put the bells here. There are millions
Oh,
of here, and this. Lot of
wow.
people, they like yes here.
Very nice. So this temple is called?
It's called the Ganteshwar temple.
Oh, Ganteshwar Temple of Lord Hanuman.
There's a banyan tree here around
Okay.
it,
Okay.
and there are lots of bells.
Jai. Did you go inside?
Yeah, I went inside, and it's a
Okay.
huge tree. I was waiting for you to finish so I could show it to you all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's the way to go inside.
Okay.
Where?
So please pray for our spiritual well-being for us, for this Gita family.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. What else do we need to discuss? Any other questions? So no more questions?
No.
Okay. So let's see. Uh, do any books available on Sattvic food in ISKCON centers? There are many, yes, there are books, there are many recipe books as well, and there are many books that will tell you about why to follow a Sattvic diet and why to not eat onion garlic. Yes, you will find them in temples, but bigger ISKCON temples will have more variety of books. Like when you go to big temples. No, the smaller towns may not have very big ISKCON temples, and so the variety there may be limited. But you can find many books online. Yes, there are books. If you want, I can look out for those books and I can send it to you through WhatsApp, and then you can inquire if it's there in your temple. Otherwise, you can order them online. Okay. Okay, Mehek, are you there?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Can you choose a number from 1 to 18?
7.
7. Okay. Choose a number from 1 to 30.
29.
Okay, so we are on chapter 7, verse 29. Intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me in devotional service. They are actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about transcendental activities. So intelligent persons endeavoring for liberation from old age and death. So why are these people called intelligent? Who can answer? Anybody can answer. This is my question. Somebody who gets very good grades, somebody who is very successful in business, that's not the definition of intelligence. Krishna is saying intelligent people are those who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death. Why?
Because these are the
Temporary.
kind of
It's temporary.
Okay. Mahek, what are you saying?
because these are the people who know what is the real purpose of human birth, going back to Godhead.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So whatever intelligence we may have, whatever how much of a success we may have, it's only temporary, no? And these people are not aware of what is the goal of human life. So the goal of human life is to get rid of the real problems of life. So birth, death, disease, and old age are the real problems of life, which everyone wants to solve, but we are not able to solve. So what we do, we are creating other temporary facilities and we think that we are fine, we are happy, no, we are content, but that's not the case. So real intelligence is to endeavor for liberation from old age and death. One may be very intelligent, one may get the best grades in schools and colleges, but in the next lifetime again he has to go back to studying from your nursery school. No, so that's not real intelligence. So intelligent persons are those who endeavor for liberation from old age and death. And if one wants liberation from old age and death, so what one has to do? One has to engage in devotional service. Engage in devotional service, which we already discussed. They are actually Brahman. Now, what does this Brahman mean here? What does this word Brahman mean? Many people get confused. What is Brahman? What is Lord Brahmana? And what is one more Brahman?
They are in the transcendental state.
Yeah, they are in the transcendental state. So transcendental stage means?
They have completely surrendered to the Lord.
Okay. Or at least trying to surrender to the Lord.
Correct.
See
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the
See,
process.
so I want to explain the difference between Brahman effulgence. Sometimes Brahman effulgence, the light coming out from Krishna's body, is called as Brahman. Okay. So that is the light that is coming from Krishna's body, that is called as Brahman or Brahman effulgence. Then there is Lord Brahma. So every universe has its Lord Brahma. The first created living entity is Lord Brahma, and he's the most intelligent person in the universe. So every universe has its Lord Brahma. Our universe has our four-headed Lord Brahma. But in different universes, there are Brahmas with 10 heads, 10,000 heads, 10 million heads, 100 million heads, like that. So depending on the size of the universe, if our Brahma has our Brahma has only 4 heads, so our universe is very small. So where there are Brahmas with many heads, it means the universe is that much more bigger. So that is Lord Brahma. Okay, Lord Brahma, the first created living entity of the universe. And then we have Brahman, which means, the literal meaning of the word Brahman means spiritual. Anybody who's spiritually inclined is called as Brahman. So we should understand in this Bhagavad Gita, this word Brahman is used, but we should know which meaning is being implied. We should not get confused. Okay. So they are actually Brahman means they are actually spiritual. And why they are spiritual is because they know entirely about transcendental activities. So this is this particular verse. So I hope these 3 meanings of Brahman are clear, because when we are reading, if we use it, if we understand it with some other meaning, then we will be confused. Okay, Karuna, are you there?
Yes.
Can you choose a number from 1 to 18, please?
2.
Okay, give me a number from 1 to 72.
22.
Let's see. 22. So what does Krishna say here? As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. So here again, Krishna is giving an analogy of explaining how this body is only temporary. Just as how we change clothes when the clothes are dirty, we change clothes, we wear fresh clothes. In the same way, when the body is too old, then the soul gives up the old body, which is death, and then accepts a brand new material body. So one should not be bewildered with death. Death is only a change of clothes. No, we are actually the spirit soul. So this is the first lesson of spiritual life. We have to understand that we are not this body. We are the spirit soul. But what we do, we focus more on taking care of the body and we forget to take care of the soul. Yes, we have to take care of the body. It's not that we have to neglect our health and do whatever we want with our body and abuse our bodies. No, we have to take care of our body, but we also have to take care of the soul. Just as how if there is a bird in a cage, we keep the cage very clean because the bird is there inside the cage. But if we only polish the cage, and we forget to feed the bird in the cage, then it's foolishness. It is foolishness, no? So we have to feed the bird in the cage, which is of number one importance. And because the bird is there in the cage, we have to take care of the cage. What is the value of that cage if it's an empty cage, if there is no bird inside? So what is the value to this body if the soul is not present in the body? Once the soul leaves the body, what do we do with the body? We just burn it or we bury it, no? We just dispose the body. We don't want to keep the body anymore because the body starts to smell foul, the body is deteriorating, etc. So therefore, we take so much care for our body, our nails, our hair, no? We focus so much on that we forget we have to feed the soul. So first of all, you have to understand we are not what we see in the mirror. We are the spirit soul. Okay. Let's see. Jagrati, are you there?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Can you choose a number from 1 to 18?
18.
Okay. Can you choose a number from 1 to 78?
32.
32?
Yeah.
So this is understanding. Understanding which considers irreligion to be religion and religion to be irreligion under the spell of illusion and darkness, which and strives always in the wrong direction, O Partha, is in the mode of ignorance. So Krishna is explaining here understanding in the mode of ignorance. So what is understanding the mode of ignorance? We think irreligion to be religion, which means what we say is what is adharma, we think that is only dharma. And what is dharma, we think that is adharma. No? So that is understanding the mode of ignorance. See, one thing, here actually we have to, this is a section that many of you got wrong in the exam also. Let's go there. See, in 31, Krishna is explaining understanding in the mode of passion. What is understanding the mode of passion? You cannot distinguish between religion and irreligion. And mode of ignorance is you consider irreligion to be religion and religion to be irreligion. So what is the difference between these two things? In the mode of passion, one cannot make out whether this is dharma or adharma. For example, if somebody has to speak a lie in order to clinch a very, very important business deal. So he is not able to decide, is it dharma, me speaking this lie and clinching this business deal, is this dharma or is this adharma? No. So understanding in the mode of passion is we cannot distinguish between religion and irreligion. Now, mode of ignorance is what? We think irreligion to be religion. If we say that speaking lies is actually my dharma, it is my duty, I should do it. So we are thinking irreligion to be religion. And then if somebody is living by honest means, no, he is following dharma, but he thinks that no, actually this is a dharma. So this is the difference between understanding the mode of passion and mode of ignorance, because it may appear that the understanding is the same. No. The difference here is you cannot distinguish what is dharma and what is adharma. But here, what is adharma you think is dharma, and what is dharma you think as adharma. That is understanding the mode of ignorance. So we should try to understand these fine differences. Okay. Let's see. Khushbu, are you there? Okay, I don't see her. Let's see. Dipti?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. A number between 1 to 18, please.
9.
9. The most confidential knowledge. Okay. 1 to 34. Which number would you like?
8.
8. The whole cosmic order is under me. Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again and under my will, it is annihilated at the end. So, who do you think is speaking this verse?
Krishna.
Krishna. So, what is Krishna saying? He's saying the whole cosmic order is under me. No, and no other god has declared that. Everything is under the control of Krishna. And what is Krishna saying? Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again. So creation takes place again and again and again under the will of Krishna. And again, under my will, Krishna says it is annihilated. So it is destroyed at the end. So creation and destruction takes place again and again under the will of Krishna. So yes, Lord Shiva is the destroyer. Lord Brahma is the creator, but they are working under the will of Krishna. So Krishna is saying, under my will, this whole cosmic order is created and destroyed.
Hare Krishna, Mami. I was here only, but phone was hanged.
Okay. So can you choose a number from 1 to 18?
8.
8, attaining the supreme. So one number
Yes.
between 1 to 28, please.
22.
22. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. So how can we attain Krishna? By pure devotion. Unalloyed means there should be nothing mixed. No, bhakti should not be mixed with jnana, karma, dhyana, ashtanga. No, completely unalloyed, pure devotional service. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attained by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode. So yes, Krishna is present in Goloka, in Vaikuntha. So although he is present in his own abode, he is all pervading. So he is entering into everything. How come he is all pervading? How come he is all pervading? Which feature of the Lord pervades everything?
Because he's in all of us.
Yes, he is present in each and every living entity, in all of us as the
Super soul.
super soul, as the Paramatma. Yes, very nice. And everything is situated within him. So he is situated in everything, and everything is situated within him. So this may appear materially impossible. If A is into B, how can B be into A? But Krishna is saying that he is all pervading. So he is situated in everyone, and everything is situated in him. So that is Krishna, inconceivable, no? Achintya, achintya, inconceivable, inconceivable. See, when Yashoda asked Krishna to open his mouth because he had eaten dirt, what did Krishna show in his mouth to Yashoda? The whole cosmic manifestation Yashoda saw in Krishna's mouth. In that cosmic manifestation, she saw herself and she saw Krishna also. And Krishna is within the universe. So Krishna is within the universe at that time, right? Because this pastime is happening when Krishna was here on this planet. So Krishna is in the material world, and at the same time, he's showing that the material world is within him. So this is what's happening. You know, he's all pervading and everything is situated within him. So achintya, Veda Tattva, inconceivable. We cannot understand, but still we try to understand. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, the more we surrender, then to that extent we can understand.
Yes. What a nice verse it was, no?
Yes, good one. Okay, Meena, are you there?
Thank you, Hare Krishna, Mami.
Hare Krishna. Meena Bharwani, are you here? Okay, Venkatesh Prabhu, can you choose a number between 1 to 18? Shivani?
Hare Krishna Mataji, don't pronounce.
Hare Krishna. Okay, here Venkatesh Prabhu has replied in the chat. He says 8. So let's go to 8. 1 second. Then we'll come back to you, Shivani. Okay, one number between 1 to 28, please. Venkatesh Rao. Okay, looks like there is some problem there. Oh, again 8. Okay. 8.8. He who meditates on me as a supreme personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path, he, O Partha, is sure to reach me, Krishna is saying. So Krishna here is giving the formula how we can reach him. So what we have to do to qualify ourselves, what we have to do. We have to meditate on him as the supreme personality of Godhead. So we meditate on Krishna not as a light, not as a Paramatma, but as a person. Personality means God is a person. This is the key. God is a person. So that is the Bhagavan realization, to realize that God is a person. So he who meditates on me as the supreme person, not only as a person, but as the supreme, because God is not only Purusha, he is Purushottama. He is Purushottama, he is a supreme person. So he who meditates on me as the supreme personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged, not that today yes, tomorrow no, tomorrow I'm too busy with my friends, today I have a party to attend, so I have no time for Krishna. No, constantly, no, satatam, constantly, always. So Krishna is saying that you have to meditate on me as a supreme personality of Godhead, and your mind should be constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path. So don't get distracted by other things. Undeviated, remain on track, always remain on track. So if you want to reach him, if you want to ensure that you can reach Krishna, what we have to do, meditate on Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, constantly engage in remembering him, and don't get deviated, don't get distracted, undeviated from the path. Then we are sure to reach Krishna. Krishna is saying. So here he is giving us the formula how we can make sure that we can reach Krishna and come out. So intelligence, no? Krishna said that an intelligent person is one who wants to come out of the cycle of birth and death. So intelligence is to use this formula and to try and attain perfection. Okay, who else? Yeah, now Shivani, where is she? Shivani, can you choose a number from 1 to 18?
1 to 18. Number 6.
Number 6. Oh, I closed the share. 1 second. So one number between 1 and 47.
46.
See, chapter 6 is titled Dhyana Yoga. Here Krishna is explaining the Dhyana Yoga process in detail. But at the end of the Dhyana Yoga process, at the end of this chapter, what is Krishna saying? He is again focusing on Bhakti Yoga. So a yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empiricist, greater than the fruitive worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, under all circumstances, be a yogi. So Krishna is here at the end of, see, he dedicates this whole chapter 6 to explain the Dhyana Yoga process. But at the end of the chapter, he's establishing the superiority of Bhakti Yoga over Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Karma Yoga. And at the end, he says that under all circumstances, be a yogi. Means under all the circumstances, engage in Bhakti Yoga. So one may ask, so if Krishna wants us to engage in Bhakti Yoga, why did he spend so much time in explaining the Dhyana Yoga process? How to answer this question? How to answer this question?
There are different ways to surrender. How much percentage you want to surrender, and ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to choose what to you want, like that.
So at the end of the day, we have to choose. So why is Krishna telling us you choose this if we have to choose?
He will give independence now.
Yeah, because we have minute independence. So minute independence means we have a choice. So if Krishna is giving us a choice, that means there are different options to choose from. Now, if it's like if you tell your child, okay, you have this toy, you have so much money. Now, with this money, you can buy a toy, or you can buy a book, or you can choose to travel. What do you want to do? No. So then the father, because the child is not capable of making a decision until he knows the details, the pros and cons of each choice that he will make, the father will say, okay, if you get a book, you can read the book, you can get some knowledge. If you choose to buy a toy, you can play with this toy, but this toy is not an educational toy, so it's not so much good for your brain development. No, it's a toy that is only going to keep you engaged for some time, and then it's a waste of time. So like that, the father can tell him, okay, this is the advantage of this option, this is the advantage of this option, advantage or disadvantage, and then I recommend that you purchase the book, but still you can do what you want to do with this money. No. So like that, because Krishna is allowing us to choose, and if we have to choose, we have to have different options. So Krishna is explaining all the yoga systems in the Bhagavad Gita. He explains all the yoga systems, and then, like a good loving father, he's also telling us which is the best choice option to choose from, and ultimately it is we who have to make the decision. Why? Because our relationship with Krishna is based on love, and where there is love, there is no force. So Krishna can make the whole world Krishna consciousness in less than a split second. But still, because Krishna does not force us, because it is based on love, therefore we have to make our choice using our minute intelligence. Minute independence. But anybody who has even the slightest of intelligence will say, okay, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is recommending Bhakti Yoga. So therefore, that should be the best option that we have to choose from. Okay, we will stop here. So in the next class, we will see what we can do. I will think of some topic. I'm not sure. I've not thought about it yet, but we will have some class. We can discuss some subject matter, and we can keep this going till sometime.
Even the Bhakti Yoga is more easier for us to practice than the karma and the dhyan yoga, no?
It is the easiest. Yes, Bhakti Yoga is the easiest process, and also it is the best process. See, usually the easy way out is not the best way out, no? But here, Bhakti Yoga is Krishna says it is very easy to practice, and also it is the best thing to practice. Why it is easy? Because you can practice Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga starts, remember we discussed the 9 items of devotional service. So it starts with Shravanam and Kirtanam. Devotional service starts with Shravanam and Kirtanam, chanting and hearing. So anybody, you can be situated anywhere. You may be a married woman or a grihastha or a vanaprastha or sannyas or brahmachari or kshatriya or brahmana or vaishya, shudra, whoever one may be, who is going to prevent you from chanting the holy name? You can chant the holy name anywhere, anytime, any place, under any circumstances. So it is the best process. It is the easiest process. And it is also the best process because it will awaken the love of God very quickly, very quickly. Other yoga systems, see, there are many paths to go to a destination. If you want to travel from point A to point B, there are many roads that will lead you there. But obviously, you want to take the road that will take you there in the shortest period of time. If you have a road that takes you there in 15 minutes and you have another road that will take you there in 1 hour, which road are you going to prefer? One that will take you there in 15 minutes, isn't it? So Bhakti Yoga is the easiest, and it is also the best way to awaken the dormant love that we have in our hearts for Krishna. So therefore, Krishna recommends Bhakti Yoga practically in every chapter of the Bhagavad Gita.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? All right, then see you all next week if Krishna so sanctions. Till then, have a nice week in Krishna consciousness. Vancha kalpataruvyascha kripa sindhu vyayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.